praying that the RH bill will not become law. Do you think it was coincidental that no storm would enter Negros and Bacolod? If you understand Jeremiah 2:34, the only sin that the Lord will not ever condone because of the blood of the poor innocents on the skirts, we should be thankful that we are in Bacolod where we have a Catholic bishop fighting against the RH law. Kaya kita wag kita gatuon, wag kita pamasabasa sa putos ang ibos. Sagay lang ta comment sa hay kalaw ay sang timpatay timbuhay. When we have not even read the law and what its implications are. How dangerously we are close to being brought to this situation. Ay, grabe gid, nasubuan gid ko. Okay. I'll quickly go over the 9 other reasons, but these are all much quicker than the first one. The law has a very clear bias against the poor because it says, Section 2 of the law, the state shall also promote openness to life provided that parents bring forth to the world only those children whom they can raise in a truly human way. Here is the million-dollar question. What is a truly humane way? That is mentioned in Section 2 of the Declaration of Policy of the RH law. You know, the government defined who are the poor. RA, Republic Act 8425, the Social Reform and Poverty Alleviation Act, defines the poor as individuals or families whose income fall below the poverty threshold as defined by NEDA and cannot afford in a sustained manner to provide the minimum basic needs of food, health, education, housing, other amenities of life. Here is the magic word, cannot afford in a sustained manner. I will ask you here the question, who among the Filipino people cannot afford in a sustained manner to provide the minimum basic needs of food, health, education, housing? I am afraid that there will be half of this crowd that might not even fit under this category. But the law came up with a measurable standard. In 2009, the National Census and Statistics Board defined poverty threshold for the National Capital Region as a family of 5 earning 10,000 pesos a month or less as the poverty threshold. Manila na. So, if you are earning 2,000 pesos or less a month, you are poor. Who are these poor people? The tricycle driver, the bulantero, the sidewalk vendor. They have no right to bring forth children into this world because they cannot assure the raising up of the children in a truly sustained humane manner. Kasubo ginaya. Kasubo. You know what? You know what this means? How will they do it? They will control the number of the children by distribution of contraceptives. You know what this means? This world is only for the rich. If you are poor, you have no right to be born in this world under the RH law because you have no assurance of being raised up in a truly humane manner. This to me is very, very anti-poor. Only the rich have the right to bear children in this world. Okay. The approach of the government is to against poverty is to legislate on the womb, treat babies as diseases to be cured or as evil to be prevented. There is a very insidious culture that makes you afraid of pregnancy and childbearing once RH law becomes full force. Ang old school is that pregnancy is a blessing, children are a blessing. That is slowly being turned around. Oh, be careful of becoming pregnant, huh? Your career might be destroyed. You may not buy a new car. You might not have a fancy condominium. Oh, don't get pregnant. So you treat the baby as a disease. Oh no, nabusong ko. Grabe giniya ka evil genius gidi nga lo. Oh. So, kulbaan ka kayo oh no, you're not supposed to. And then you start to think of whether ma-solve pa na. Oh, i-solve ta pa ni. Oh, imnanta na lang ni bulong. Okay. You know what are the causes of poverty and how are they to be addressed? The causes of poverty are social injustice, joblessness, unequal opportunities. The cure of poverty, according to Asian Development Bank study in 2010, is jobs and education. Hindi ko kaintindi sa gobyerno. Abi ko nag-generate jobs, nag-massive education program. Why would you spend 8 billion for the purchase of condoms? Why can you not spend that for schools and daycare centers? Why condoms and pills and IUDs? A doctor lectured to us what an IUD is. I was shocked. I could not believe it. It is a piece of wire covered by plastic that is inserted into the woman's system, the purpose of which is to create inflammation of the hungod nga sulsog or pilas, because the natural impulse of the body is to try to expel a foreign body like sulsog, i-expel ya. But since it is a webbed wire, hindi niya mapagwa. Therefore, pag sulod sang fertilized egg, it will expel the fertilized egg. Can you imagine the evil design of the intrauterine device? Kung doon niya masakiton ikaw, ga-avoid ka gani isang sulsog, inaiya, ibaligya, ihatag sang gobyerno. Terrible man nga pangabuhi sa kalibutan. Article 2, Section 9, the way to fight poverty according to the Constitution is adequate social services, promote full employment and a rising standard of living, improve quality of life. It is not to condomize, pildorize, iudize, ligationize, or vasectomize the nation. You are laughing, but have you heard of the 4 Ps? The pangtawid program of the President? Do you know what is the graduation incentive if you are 4 Ps? Ang 4 Ps na, they'll give you money to pa-eskwela mong kabataan mo and ipa-daycare mo. Unta to nila hatag kung magsubra 3 ang imo bata. But they will give you a cash incentive if you agree to vasectomy or ligation. Amuning programa sang 4 Ps. Number 3, problem with the RH law. It will escalate immorality, promiscuity, and sex-related diseases. Why? Because Section 10 mandates the DOH to distribute to LGUs and monitor the usage of family planning supplies for the whole country. For the whole country. There is a distribution program to be assisted by the Department of Education, Reproductive Health Education. Ano mo silingon sini? You will all be flooded with all this. Grabe gid niya, i-distribute kini. Okay. Ano ang effect sini? According to the scientific journal Contraception and according to George Akerlof, a Nobel Prize winner in economics, confirmed by studies, when contraceptives are used increasingly, there is also an increase in the abortion rate. There is also an increase in premarital sex, more single mothers, more fatherless children, and more abortions. The most RH law country in Southeast Asia is Thailand. The most sexually transmissible disease country in Southeast Asia is Thailand. The most number of abortions in Southeast Asia is Thailand. The most number of fatherless children is Thailand. The most number of single mothers is Thailand. Fourth evil of the RH law, it tramples on the freedom of conscience. Here is Section 15, which I cited to you earlier. No marriage license shall be issued by the local civil registrar unless the applicants present a certificate of compliance issued for free by the local family planning office certifying that they had duly received, now listen to the magic words, adequate instruction and information on responsible parenthood, family planning, breastfeeding, and infant nutrition. The word here is instruction, not only information. What is the difference between information and instruction? Information, i-inform ka lang. Instruction, tudloan ka gid. Example, I tell you, here is a car. I inform you, this is gasoline, this is manual transmission, this is 2.3. Oh, I just inform you. You can now go home because I have informed you. But instruction is, here is the key. Please get inside. Open the door. Please sit. What is your seat adjustment? Are you comfortable? Okay, switch it on. Let's drive around. That is instruction. Under Section 15, all those who are planning to get married are supposed to feel, understand, play with all the available gadgets, devices, etc. Instruction gina. If it is condom, if it is IUD, pakaptan gina mo, explikaran ka gina. You cannot say, oh, I'm not interested. No, they will not marry you gani. So is this freedom of choice? Is this freedom of conscience? You cannot say, I'm not interested. You have no choice gani. So inisi Hontivero, so he's saying, it's just pro-choice. They are lying. There is no choice. Ari pagidya kalamutan gid. Okay. If you are a healthcare service provider and you refuse to give information or to perform any of these things on the ground of consensus objection, siling sang RH law, the consensus objection of a healthcare service provider based on his or her ethical or religious belief shall be respected. Ari lang galing, very funny. However, the consensus objector shall immediately refer the person seeking such care services to another healthcare service provider within the same facility or one which is conveniently accessible. Example, I have a friend from Manila who comes to Bacolod. Oh, Attorney Kanya, do you have a call girl here available? Do you have a prostitute here? And I say, no, I'm sorry, I do not do that. I am a Christian. I am a 5-time born-again person. I have been born again 5 times. So I do not believe in this thing. Okay, so you will not look for me? Okay, can you just refer me to somebody who can help me? Oh, here's the calling card of somebody from Golden Field. You can call him anytime. Just look for him.
Tell him I refer you.
Oh. This is stupid. They will respect consensus objection provided that the consensus objector will refer. Amo mangyapon, you see. Number 5, other issues against the RH law. The massive distribution of drugs and devices of artificial methods of birth control will weaken parental authority. You know how it will weaken parental authority? Atong Section 14 nga, reproductive health education, your children will be taught that sex is a universal human right that should only be exercised safely, never mind secretly, important is safely. What if your grade 5, grade 6, first year, second year, high school student, you discovered in his or her school bag, may pills, may condom, may IUD, may etc. And you are the mother, and you are the tatay, and you are the lolo, and you are saying, oh, where did you get this? Nanay, that is distributed for free. You know, the barangay came there in our elementary school, and that is a universal human right. Here is the problem. Here is the problem. Damo mga tatay kag nanay wala ka tapos high school ka college. Si mamya college graduate, board passer. Whom will the child believe more? Why na si tatay kasi nanay? The teacher who handles the child from Monday to Friday will have more influence on the child than the parent. It will also weaken marriage. Affairs, flings, and one-night stands will now be greatly aided by massive distribution of these drugs and devices. Number 6, reason why we are against the RH law. It is big business for foreign drug companies. Very big business. Because the law ensures that there will be continued purchase by the government. Remember, itong point out ko gina sa inyo, Section 9 and 10, National Drug Formulary Office that is mandated to ensure the procurement and distribution of family planning supplies. Sigurado gidya ang Pilipinas, mabakal gidya, kondo, mabakal gidya. Baklo niya gid kay ginmandate gidya sang loti, dako-dako gidya nga negosyo. Bisan, you need more water, more